Nation, Cowboy Champs. I really want to talk about Cowboys' victory over the Cardinals and having a good winning streak and to get hot at the right time going to the playoffs. But of course, that's not the case. What we talk about right now is the inconsistent play of the Dallas Cowboys. That's on offense, special teams, defense, coaching staff, ownership, whatever you want to put the blame on. This team have so much hype during this particular year. They've shown promises of them being a legit contender. But when you actually play a meaningful game, I'm talking about the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Cardinals. You lay down and got, you know what, in the end. You choke. You fail to play a good game. And all this year, especially when the Cowboys struggled even to win the games, we've seen one common mistake. Several mistakes. One, Dak Prescott, undecisive with the ball. Number two, Kellen Moore, constant play calling. You're not changing up. At times, 20-20, yeah, the Cowboys can move the ball. But as soon as they get down to the red zone, that's when Kellen Moore wants to start calling these cute plays. And what I mean by cute plays, a flea flicker, a stupid screen at the wrong time, jet sweep inside the red zone. Mike McCarthy, his time management, always calling timeout at the wrong damn time. And Greg the Leg missing critical extra points and field goals. And at times, the defense. A lot of times the defense, they get to a point where they over pursue the quarterback and they'll leave a running back, wide receiver, tight end underneath. And they get gassed for 15 to 20 yards. This team is not disciplined. The only time this team is disciplined is when they're going up against a depleted Washington football team or the Atlanta Falcons, New York Giants, teams like that. But when it comes to a team that punched them back in the mouth, Cowboy fold. The last time this particular team had their best game was against the Patriots. They had the same game where Dak hurt his calf muscle. And when Dak came back from his injury against Denver, it hasn't been right since. And that's between the ears, mentally. And one thing I am seeing a common occurrence throughout the NFL and college. A lot of these quarterbacks are holding on to the ball way too long to get that big splash play. They're not checking down. Now, in the past, you have haters like the Shigo fans were saying that Dak is nothing but a dink and dunk type of quarterback. Right now, I would love a dink and dunk Dak. Because hell, look at Tom Brady. He's a dink and dunk Dak. He's a dink and dunk type of quarterback. He don't throw the ball long all the time. I mean, it's so much blame right now that we can point fingers at what particular position, player, coaching staff is causing this this particular team to play the way they do. And it seems like every time that the Cowboys get full of themselves, start drinking the Kool-Aid, that's when they forget who they are. They forget how to play football. They miss tackles. Wide receivers miss easy balls. The offensive line constantly keep holding. False start. Yes, the referees, yes, they play a big part of it too, but the referees been screwing everybody. I'm at the point now, I'm tired of blaming the referees. NFL referees sucks. That's league-wide. So there's nothing anybody can do about that unless the NFL get their act together. But as far as these Cowboys, the problem still start with the offense. Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, Dak Prescott. It starts with those big three. This defense is not built to stop anybody. This defense is built to play, keep a lead. It's not built to keep back, no, to come from behind. Because we've seen time and time again. The problem is, I think the play calling for this past Carter team showed a lot and lots of flaws with this defense. Yeah, it's one thing to play against backup quarterbacks, statues back there, but when you play against a legit quarterback, especially one who can run, one who can get rid of the ball fast, that's what this team have a problem with. Too many of the defenders are out of place. It seems like they forget their assignment. Now, there are times where you do play aggressive, and there are times you play passive. But when it's like 4 minutes into the game, why are you playing prevent defense? Why are you not putting pressure on Kyler Murray? That's the only way that you are able to stop them. At times, I've seen it during the past game where Kyler put pressure on Kyler Murray. He had him throw the ball, or he got sacked. But that last drive, Dan Quinn, you did not have anybody on the outside, because you know that Kyler Murray is not going to stay in the pocket to throw any type of ball. He's going to run to the left or to the right. This game plan on both sides of the ball was atrocious. And all these other Cowboy fans who talking about, don't worry, it's just one game, we're going to be all right, we still believe. Okay. I've been a fan of this team for a long time. I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs. I've seen what a true championship team look like, and I've seen what bad teams look like as well. This team has the potential. I'm not saying that they are, but they have the potential to be special. The problem is the Cowboys do not have the coaching staff. Mike McCarthy, he's not a good head coach. Aaron Rodgers made him. Kellen Moore, he's a disciple of Scott Linehan. Y'all remember Scott Linehan, do you? He's a Scott Linehan 2.0. No matter how he tried to fix the offense, you're not utilizing the Cowboys' strength. The strength is not the wide receivers. The strength is the running game. You still, Cowboys only ran, I believe, 17 times. Dak was the leading rusher because you failed to not run the ball. You're not being creative with the running game. You have to have a balance attack with this team. You can't have Dak to hold on to the ball way too long. You waiting too damn long for the receivers for their routes to develop. That's why the offensive line continue to hold, continue to give up sacks. We know that when the Cowboys run an up-tempo, that's when Dak is at his best. Stop trying to force the ball to CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is not ready for it to be the number one wide receiver. You have the number one wide receiver, which is Cooper. Cooper is the number one receiver. That's why he getting paid the big bucks. Yes, he hurt all the time, but Coop is still the number one receiver. Like I said again, this team is not going to go far with this coaching staff. It's the same. It's like riding a dead horse. Every week we go on here talking about some of the mistakes that we've seen with Dak, with offense and the defense, but mainly it's the offense. The offense is the one that will lead this team to victory or defeat. You can't stall in the first half and then in the fourth quarter come back. Then you want to realize that's how you play. You should be playing the fourth quarter, first, second, and third quarter. It never fails. So, yeah, do I believe this team will go far in the playoffs? The way they're playing? Hell no. This team deserves what they get. You bring too much hype to this damn team. Nobody on this team haven't won nothing. They haven't deserved any type of recognition. Win 2 playoff games this year. Then let's see what happens next year. Build from that. But right now, I don't see it. There's too much hype.